What is going on, guys? You are back with the Real PG. Gonna be talking some crypto today. So we got a lot going on in the market, guys. We're gonna be analyzing a few different coins. Right now, Bitcoin's sitting at over $43,000. Take a quick look at the Bitcoin chart. Currently looking incredibly bullish. All I can see is this head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders forming currently here, looking for a breakout. And if we zoom in, we can see that we did just formally retest an area of support. Let me see what time frame this was on. That I saw it earlier. I'm not sure, but we tested an area of support, had a shooting star candle followed by a bullish pin bar, but I can't find the time frame, or it must have maybe it was on a different exchanges chart. But nonetheless, just retested a very large level. Looking up, we could very quickly run to 48K a lot faster than most people would assume right now. As in the long term, I think we are looking very strong right now until we give up this 618 at 42K, 42.4, which corresponds with the diagonal here. I think we are looking pretty damn bullish and coming to the top of the range again, if not able to break the top of the range at this level of resistance here. As we do have big things going on at 618, like I said. Traditionally, in cycles prior, we've been rejected at the same 618 point, but I think it's going to be a little different this cycle with the ETF inflows, with the overall bullish sentiment, with possible ETFs in the future coming, as well as other coins are inevitable at this point. And then we have the Bitcoin halving in about 80 days, guys. That's not even 3 months away till basically the promised land starts. So let's take a look at some alts. Let's look at TAO first. Spitens or TAO. So currently, TAO is in a very interesting spot. We had this very nice setup on TAO. Bull flag. And if we measure the bull flag, we can get a pretty good idea of what we're looking at for a corresponding price. So, I mean, we can measure the flag from here probably. Something like that. That got us to our top right there. And then if we measure the flag in full from the bottom here, we're looking at something from the breakout in this 1272 target range of 456. I think $500 is probably inevitable, as that is corresponding with the greater Fibonacci's 1272 level at 490. Currently looking to, well, we did break through the all-time high. We're coming back to retest it right now at 390. Looks like buyers are holding current support at 390. We are back at 397. I'm looking for a break of 410.82, which is our current all-time high. Looking for a break of that. Once we get that, we have blue sky breakouts, and TAO should begin its run to the 460 to 500 range. If TAO does decide not to hold up, we would be looking at most likely some type of pullback into that 618 area here. So something off the highs down like this, and then I think maybe we get another retest back up from there. Otherwise, we could see something a little bit deeper down to the 382, retesting the top of this little cup we have going on here, and then from there we'd be looking for a bounce back up to retest all-time highs. And in that case, we'd have more of a almost cup and handle type formation play it out. and then we'd be looking for the shoulder here. So, a couple possibilities on TAO. Does look extremely bullish right now, though. I think this would get some follow through here. We have some big upside. We'd be looking at something currently from the prices we are sitting at. We'd be looking at about another 20% upside from here. A lot of the moves already happened, but I don't hate getting in on the break of the retest of the all-time high here. If we can scooch past this and we can get past the 410.82 level, we should remain bullish. I don't mind getting in there with a stop loss back just underneath the old all-time high at 394, 395. So you'd only be looking at a pretty good risk to reward situation right there. Be looking at about $15 a downside if you got in if you got in on the break, or got on the break and somehow it pulled back. You'd only be looking at 410 down to 395. So it's about $15, and then you'd be looking at about $80 of upside. So you got about a 4-to-1 ratio on a trade there if you wanted to take a long on TAO. Let's take a look at MYRO. Actually, people have been freaking out about MYRO. MYRO looks extremely bullish to me. So here's what's going on with MYRO, guys. We had an extreme run up on MYRO based off exuberance and hype, and we are now taking profits, selling off. It is selling off beautifully. Hit this 382 level. Took a nice solid bounce off 382. We might roll over, hit the 382, come a little bit lower, test down into this 236 level. I don't think we go that level or that low to that level, but we could. I think the 382 does hold for us, and we should see some more upside on MYRO. Technically, I mean, there's a lot of things that could still play out here. We're still looking at this possible type of head and shoulders move that could come out. So we have to just play it day by day right now, see what happens with Bitcoin, see what happens as we're sitting on the 200-day, the 204-hour moving average currently, which has been support throughout the last day here. If we zoom in here to the hourly, you can see that the 382, and then we've been basically bottoming out over and over again at this level here today, which also corresponds back to January the 16th, where we had this as a very light level of support, as well as January the 13th had a little bit of support there. So we'll see what happens at this 13 area. I picked up a little bit more at 11.5 cents when we bounced off of 382. I would stay away from this thing with leverage, as earlier I had a very small leverage position in. And where were we at? I was long earlier. It was right here. And I got in on this break right here, and I got in on this candle somewhere in here, and literally, maybe this wasn't it, maybe it was further back, guys. The drop was very fast and very violent. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, nope, sorry guys, right here. It's huge wick. Here we go. So, I was trading, I got in on this breakout, rode it. So it's starting to come down, test the support, whatever. We tested it once, it was resistance over here, and we literally just dumped. And I did get liquidated earlier on that. So be careful with memes on leverage. I was on the max leverage on the exchange I use, which is 20x, so that's a 120% drop right there in the matter of literally, it was under a minute. It was literally about 3 seconds for this whole candle to occur. So yes, again, warning to be very, very careful, though I do see MYRO bullish in the long term. We were looking at a possible Binance listing today as well. Didn't happen. Go figure. Another rumor in crypto that didn't work out. All right, let's take a look at Solana. Solana is destined for glory, it seems. Had another breakout today from this original 78 level where we did catch along. Myself and a few others fought very, very hard with this level to get the long. Let's zoom in on the level here. So check this out, guys. This was a heart-wrenching one. So to fight this level off here, and note my stop at the time was currently just under this low from the first wick we had. So we had the original stop loss set after this, okay? We touched it again, went all the way back up, thought we're out of the woods, $1.70 above my entry, came all the way back down, then we went all the way back up, came back down in this candle, touched basically a pip above, a Satoshi above my stop, finally ran up, and we've been on a run since. Got into a little bit of a head and shoulders type formation, a little bit of cup and handle almost, more of a V shape. And now we ran again today, had some great pop off this $95 level. And we are currently sitting up against some very strong support at the $100 psychological level. If we just basically, we're going to take straight across here, this $100 level has been pretty key in the majority of Solana's lifetime, you know, dating all the way back to, I mean, we can go further back here, looking at just dating back in this year, basically, in December, just about a month and a half ago, not even. So this comes in as a support. We use it here, or as a resistance, use it here as a support. 2 more times as support here. A lot of touches in between, and then we have some official support resistance areas again. I'm looking at this as a support at $100 even. If we break down under $100 even, I'm looking for some kind of fall back into the 382 range, as that is what we have been doing every time we get into this $100 level. We come right down into that 382 range and we bounce back up. 382, bounce back up. 382, bounce back up. Came down lower, finally lower low. Now we're making some higher lows and higher highs, finally getting in. So Solana looking extremely bullish right now. Looking for a back test on $100 formally. From there we have nothing but upside to this 272 level, which corresponds perfectly with the all-time high of this run at $125. So that is Solana for you guys. One last thing, we can draw just a quick trend line here. You can see a Sol is officially broken out. This downtrend that we've been in since the beginning of the year, basically. So Solana holders, hold on for the ride. And let's take a look at one more that I got on here. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Render, guys. So Render has been looking real strong today as well. There's some Render news that's going to be coming out, / has been coming out, that I'll talk about more in a Render video. But Render's price action looks pretty good here. We got the bottom here at 336, and then we saw a lower high, and we're starting to form a pretty solid resistance at this 439 level, 437. Basically formed a triple top here, so that is a little concerning, that we could come back down, worst case scenario, I think, and we retouch this. This is assuming Bitcoin cooperates, Bitcoin stays in the 42 to 44k range. Like I said, I do see upside, and upside is fine, just no more downside into the 30ks, and all this would stay intact. If we do fall under 39K again, all bets are off for altcoins. But right now, hoping we can, let's zoom in a little closer here, 15-minute time frame. I am hoping we can run back up as we did just come back up. We tested this support right here. I'm just pointing with my finger. I don't have my camera on me. I'm sorry, guys. Was not prepared for this one. So we are retesting this level right here. Came back up, got past it, and this is on a very, very short time frame, mind you. But retesting this level, looks like the bulls are going to hold this level. So right now we're just looking for higher highs, higher lows until we can get to this 437 area, which has been the big pain in the ass to get through as a wall here. So hoping to get some more bullish momentum right now. This looks very, very nice on the oscillators too. Higher highs, higher lows on the oscillator. We're starting to see that triple top form on the oscillators on the RSI. You can also see kind of a type of a inverse head and shoulders almost on the RSI. When we look at that in comparison to what we're seeing on the chart, guys, this area over here from on the chart on the RSI, we're seeing some big bear divergence from this point to this point. Then we saw this double bottom, right? And since on the chart again, we are seeing more flat on the RSI and we're seeing more major up on the chart. So again, that is more bearish divergence, but we did cool down on this run. Double bottomed on the RSI while we did double bottom on the chart as well. So I'm hoping on some smaller time frames we can reset, and it looks like we have reset in the past half hour or so, not even, and we should be working our move back towards the resistance right here. So if we can break through this resistance and the all-time top of this fib that we have lined up with 440 being the top, 439.2, render should be good for a nice clear breakout up to former high levels in this $5 area. Next, I'd be looking for no lower than 467 as my next move if we do see a break of 440. So that's what I got for today, guys. We'll look at a couple more in more detail. I'm going to do a little more crypto stuff than sports related stuff as the NBA is fading out, the NFL is fading out, and crypto is heating up to some all-time hot levels, and I think this takes the cake over a lot of other ways of making money right now, as long as you are playing it smart, playing it safe, and playing it with someone who's been through a few cycles, like I have myself. We can dig into my channel and you'll see that some of my very first videos, if you're not aware of my channel or you're new to my channel, not aware of who I am, I have been doing sports betting for quite a long time successfully, but everything started, and there's never been for me any kind of separation, but for the channel there was. But when you start, look, this is the 2017 run, I believe. Yeah, September 2017, when we had all the ICO scams, BitConnect, RM Bank, Regal Coing, all these scams that made absolute bank on, guys. So worked out well for us, not for everyone, but we're gonna get back more into the crypto stuff, guys, now that I've grown the channel out from literally 5-10 people here to a couple thousand now currently. But it's been since October since I've made a video, so welcome back, everybody. I'm glad to be back, and we'll hopefully be bringing you some more detailed information. Did just want to make my appearance back on YouTube today, talk quickly about a couple charts and some very, very brief TA. Again, we're looking for a move on Render, let's just draw this in so when we come back we can take a look at it next time. We're looking for this move on render, guys, to break. I don't want to ray, I'm sorry. To break this upside, let's just draw it in. To break this upside right here at this 440 level, we are looking for a break of that, eventually something up into this $5.10 range, and would be looking to take profits initially there. I'm sorry, my bar went away with all my indicators, so I don't know where anything is. I'm trying to find a box here. There we go. So looking to take profits somewhere in this area, guys, on render. TAO, again, also breaking all-time highs. We are looking on TAO, guys, to retest this area, which we just did. Yeah, we just did a retest on this the past all-time high at $395, which was set on December the 14th. We did retest that, break that today. It got up to 410, retested it back at 395, and we are either looking for a break of 410 for the bulls, and we'd be looking for an upside of anywhere from the 1272 on the main scale, which is this $490 level, up to 500, I would say. So we'd be looking somewhere in this area right here, guys, for taking profits. First level on TAO. If it does end up breaking down, guys, like I said, it could do something where it will bounce down, maybe bounce off the 786. More likely we see a 618 retracement, and then we bounce again and make another stab at breaking this all-time high at 410. But I do think that the bulls get through currently, and we start our move up on TAO. So render and TAO I'm looking to go long on. And then we did just look at Bitcoin's general direction. I think 48K could happen really quickly. And we looked at MYRO, which again, I think MYRO is looking pretty bullish. Worst case scenario, we roll over here totally and we come back down and we retest the 382. If we don't hold the 382, we come down to the 236 at the 8083 level. And so about 8 cents even, and I think that is an absolute worst case scenario. We bounce from there. That would be where I would load the bags up. If, for whatever reason, guys, we would break underneath this 8 cent level, I personally would not want to be holding MYRO. Granted, we would probably hold this 5 cent level. I don't know if I want to be holding MYRO if we see a dip under the 236 that we cannot sustain. But if Bitcoin does follow what I'm expecting, going up toward a 44 to 48K range, we should see for sure some kind of bounce off the 382 here, as we did here as well, and then back towards all-time highs in due time here. We had a little bit of a wedge forming. Let's just get rid of some of these lines here. So we have a little bit of a wedge forming on MYRO too. So this again would be looking, I think, most likely at a test of the 382 and then a bounce up from there. So I am bullish on all of them. I'm not sure I would buy MYRO right at this price at 12.7. I'd probably wait for a retest of 11.5 cents here, but at the end of the day, if MYRO gets the Binance listing we've been waiting for, if MYRO gets bullish again, I don't think it matters if you buy at 12.7 or 11.7, because we're going to be seeing prices going a lot higher than 26 cents. So with that being said, guys, if you're trading, please be careful with leverage. Until the next one, peace.